All right, folks, welcome back to the TNT show. Today we just, we covering all sports. The usual ramble session. We got a few topics we want to talk with y'all about, see what kind of feedback we get, and see where we go with it. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
Yeah, so obviously, probably the biggest news: Aaron Rodgers signing with Pittsburgh for a 1-year contract. What you think about that?
Uh, I mean,
Finally, he did it. I don't really know what the holdup was, or what was taking so long, or if they were really just trying to see if they really needed him. They must need him.
they needed a quarterback. Clearly, I mean, yeah, they drafted Will Howard. They got Mason Rudolph, but I mean, if Aaron Rodgers is on the table, then, like you
Yeah,
said, I don't know what took it so long, but I mean, I think it's their best option.
yeah. I mean, if they have winning seasons with what they've had, and Aaron Rodgers could just be somewhat decent, they might actually be pretty good.
I don't think they're a contender, but they should be. They should be pretty good. They should be pretty good. Maybe, possibly. They should be okay. Well, they'll be all right. We'll
Yeah,
see.
so, but yeah, I don't know what took so long. I don't know if there were like stuff that they were trying to work out or what they had going on. But personally, based off what I've seen, man, I don't know if I'd have wanted Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he looked like me out there playing. He
Yeah,
actually, realistically, stats wise, he really didn't look that bad. I don't know if it was the Jets, a little bit of him, a little bit of both. I'm not 100% sure what was going on in New York.
I think Justin Fields is going to be the answer to that question. If he goes out there and succeeds within that offense, then it was definitely Rodgers. Just he wasn't doing enough.
Yeah, and then yeah, because they let go of Russell Wilson and him. So I mean, the if Aaron Rodgers comes out there and stinks it up, and Justin Fields goes out there and looks pretty good for the Jets, they're going to look like some idiots.
Yeah, no, they definitely would.
So, but yeah, like I said, I don't know. I don't know what was going on there, what was taking so long, what they had brewing. But hey, you got him.
Yep,
I wonder if they had to move Pickens to
to
make it
get him,
work. To make it work.
I I think that could be the reason why. Maybe that's why, but still, like it took way too long. Like,
Yeah, I mean, training camp's already started. I mean, well, he's been in the league long enough. Just to be honest, he don't need that. He probably does a little bit, but it's nothing. It's not like he needs a full training.
yeah, no, I mean, just to mesh with the team and kind of get to know the offense and stuff like that. That's probably why he needs it. But other than that, yeah, no, he doesn't. He's good.
Yeah, he's fine. But yeah, personally, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if he sucks, you got Mason Rudolph. You were going to run with him anyway. You got Will Howard.
True.
So, nah, it's not the end of the world, I guess. But let's see. NBA Finals Game 1 yesterday. Halliburton hit the game winner.
Yeah, that was a big stunner. I mean, down 20 and then y'all claw back. It's down 9+ with 3 minutes left to go, and game on the line, and he hits the game winner. I mean, that's big time. I mean, the Pacers definitely proving a lot of people wrong. I mean, Halliburton especially because they've been saying he's been overrated for a
They
while
beat
now.
OKC in Oklahoma too.
Yeah, but again, like we talked about offset, like OKC's had the rest, and a lot of times when you've had the rest,
Yeah, you lose
then
that momentum.
yeah. So we'll see game two. I think game two, if Oklahoma City comes out there and blows them out, then I think it'll kind of even itself back out.
Yeah,
Interesting series though. I think it could go, like you said, 6 or 7. It depends on who wins the key matchups at home. Who can protect their home court? That's the biggest thing.
yeah, because well, OKC already dropped game one at home,
Exactly.
so now you've got to win. You got to win on the road. You
Yeah,
can't
you're gonna
go
have to
down
win at least.
0-2.
You'll have to win at least win one at home, not at home, on the road to regain
Or you're
you
gonna
know,
have to beat them in seven.
yeah. Either like I said, either that or it's always the swing game. The swing game is normally when the series is tied and whoever has the home game, that's the swing game. So if you win that game 9 times out of 10, you normally go on to win a series.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like you said, probably gonna be a good series. It may go seven just for money. I mean, why? What kind of why wouldn't you? So I'm gonna say OKC. I'm gonna say they win in six. No, five. It's either gonna be five or seven because they lost at home.
Oh, so you got OKC winning 4 straight, or go like you said, it could go 7.
I think it might go
Um,
seven because I don't think they're gonna sweep the Pacers.
Honestly,
So
I think either team can win in 6. I think Pacers win in 6 if they win both games at home because the Pacers have been really good at home.
right, right.
Um,
That's an issue. You dropped your first game at home. Now you got to go to Indiana
yeah. Now
where they've been really good at home.
I think OKC can win in 6 if they win 2 of those games, those 2 away games at the
I just
Pacers.
don't know if they'll want to win the finals in Indiana.
Uh, well, I mean, honestly, if let's say the series is tied, let's see, series is tied 2 apiece, and they go
Game six will
to
be in Indiana.
game
OKC
six
has
will be.
home court, right? So
Well, no,
two,
so game 6 will be in Indiana. So let's say it's game 4 and OKC wins at home in game 5, then game 6 would be in Indiana. So they probably would. I've personally, I don't see too many teams drop a game 6 just to win at home.
yeah, I don't know. Not in the finals.
Yeah, no, that's normally if you're like up big in the finals, then you'll drop a game so you can win at home. But if it's like it's tight, you're gonna go ahead and finish the series.
Yeah, like let's say they go up. Let's say they go up what 3-1.
Yeah,
So game five would be yeah they'd have to win four in a row. They'd have
yeah,
to sweep them, and I don't see that happening. So, but anyway, yeah, I don't know. I think OKC will pull it out. I think that they just they've been at home for a little bit.
yeah,
I mean, Indiana went 7 games with the Knicks,
exactly.
and the Knicks fired their coach.
Yeah, I still don't. He
They're
didn't deserve
they're
that.
they're looking at who they say they were looking at
Jason Kidd,
Jason Kidd.
he's been there already, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't know.
I think that's crazy. You made it to the conference finals, and or I mean the yeah whatever, and then you get fired. Like what?
Yeah, that's insane. Furthest they've made it in 25 years, and he gets fired because they lose. And it's not like they lost to like an 8th seed or something like that. I mean, it was the 2nd seed versus the 4th seed. Actually, 3rd seed versus 4th seed because the top 2 seeds were already out. So like, I'm confused.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't keep up with NBA enough like that to really understand how that works. Um, the Nuggets did it They fired their coach too, and they won the championship a couple years ago. So I don't know how NBA works. Obviously, it's cutthroat. So
They Yeah, and like at the end of the day, it's a business, and these people want to bring home championships. Thibodeau, he's been there for I think he was there for like maybe in between 4 to 6 years. So I think they just felt like, okay, this is our peak. Let's just go ahead and pull the trigger now. See if we can, find somebody who can bring us success,
yeah,
at
I mean
least a
this is the
championship
best
success,
they've been
anyway.
in a long time. So
Yeah, I don't feel like it was fair.
um, spinning to college football, Ryan Day said that the Big Ten should be get 4 automatic spots. How do you? I want to know like how you say that with a straight face.
I told you, man, he's doing some good. He's doing some good stuff to be saying something like
Well,
that, and
I
actually be
mean, why
serious
you
about it.
say it? Yeah, and you're being dead serious.
That's insane to me. Like, there's a lot. The Big Ten is three, technically two, but technically three teams heavy, and it's Michigan, Ohio State, and then Penn State is just in there by default because they're normally good every season until they got to play Michigan and Ohio State.
Yeah, Oregon just got there, so technically they don't really count. Not yet.
They did win the Big Ten in the first season, but I mean, it is just one season, so you got to put an asterisk on that.
Yeah, they hadn't been there long enough. So
Yeah,
in Michigan and Ohio State can't even beat Michigan. So I see why he said it, but I mean that dog. They don't mean make. If the Big Ten gets 4 spots, like I said, the SEC should get 6. I mean,
you
they're
see
just
what I'm
going to
saying?
fill up the rest of the
You're
playoffs. So
talking
it
about
doesn't even make
you're
any
talking about
sense.
filling up a 12-team playoff, even if it
Yeah,
was
you got a
16
quarter of
teams.
it.
You have a quarter or an eighth of the playoffs. Like, how does that make sense? And who's the fourth best team in the Big Ten that you would even want to put in?
I guess Michigan, Ohio State, Oregon, and Penn State. That's the 4 best.
I mean, I get that, but for me, it's like teams are going to have off years. Y'all aren't going to be super competitive every single season.
Now, okay, like I said, it's like we talked about earlier. I could understand if he said 2. Okay, I could maybe wrap my head around that. Okay, the Big Ten gets 2 spots, but that means you're guaranteed them. So it doesn't matter. You could lose. You could sandbag the last. Okay, let's just say, for instance, let's say this happened. Okay, you sandbag and lose. Let's just say you're undefeated. Okay, you automatically get a bid. So I'm not. I don't want to play the Big Ten game because that's one more game. So it doesn't matter. And then you don't play another game. You sit out, kind of like the NFL. You sit out. You already clinched. You already kind of won your division or whatever you want to call it.
If you want me to be completely honest, last year's playoff shows that you don't have to win your conference championship to win the entire playoff.
Yeah. Well, not the first the all 4 seeds that got the bye got absolutely destroyed. Blown out.
I feel like that's a stretch because I mean Texas
I
and
mean, that was the best game.
that one, the Boise State game looked a lot better for about a half, but then their quarterback just sold.
Yeah, they just
Ohio
didn't have
State
enough.
did thump Oregon. That was about the only one that was really really bad. And then who was it? Who was the other one?
So here's that was it. Texas and Arizona State, Oregon, Ohio State, and Georgia. Didn't they get the
Oh
bye?
yeah, Georgia. What was it? Georgia? I think it was Georgia, wasn't it?
I think so.
Whoever it was, I'm pretty sure it was him.
Anyway, I don't remember. So I don't know. I feel like that's crazy because I mean, if you give them 4, well, you got to give the SEC 4 because they're better conference. I know they haven't. We had to beat up on each other every week. You could
So
argue there's 16. We had what? Georgia, Texas, Tennessee. We had three teams in the playoffs. I know the Big Ten did too.
if that, well, let's say that were the case, Big Ten will get four, SEC gets four, and then there's only
That's
four
eight. That's
spots
eight
left.
spots. Well, you got to give the other four to.
No,
Uh,
you got to break it up because I mean, there's the ACC, there's the
that's what I'm
it's all
saying.
the
There's
other
too many
conferences.
conferences.
Yeah,
Now, I don't agree with the automatic bids. Now, I don't have a problem with if you win the conference, you get the bid. I don't care about that. I don't care because, for instance, well, Georgia and Texas played. It didn't matter. Both of them were going, so that didn't make it. It didn't matter. But let's say a three-loss team got in and had to play whoever because there's not conferences anymore. So, let's say a three-loss Alabama made it. Well, they beat whoever they played. Okay, they get the automatic bid. I'm fine with that. Care? They won the conference. I think they should get to it.
yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think once they figure out the correct format that works for everybody, which I'm pretty sure it won't, it'll never work for everybody. Somebody's always going to have
Oh yeah,
an
somebody's
issue,
not getting in.
yeah, or complain or whatever. So, like I
It's
said,
like I
whatever
said,
format,
the only way that it's really there's like you said, there's not a fair way to slice it. There's no fair way to look at it. Your team isn't going to make it every year. It's no disrespect, and I don't mean I don't if you're a fan of the teams like Boise or one of the smaller schools, I'm sorry, but you're gonna get overlooked.
yeah.
Now, sometimes you don't. Did SMU deserve to be in there? I'm gonna based on what Penn State did to them. No, I mean they couldn't even hang with Clemson. So I kind of figured that Penn State was probably gonna demolish them.
It's the key thing with SMU was just their strength of schedule. They didn't even play any of the top teams in their conference, and
I
their
don't
only
even think
top team they played, they lost
they
to
lost.
BYU, and that was the only like highly ranked team that they played all season. And
Yeah,
we know
and
how
I'm that
BYU
was
season turned out.
yeah they well yeah so
So, but again, that's just again, it's a committee thing.
yeah, but there's always going to be oh so and so should have made it. They're trying. I mean, 12 teams, 16 teams, however many teams you put in.
Honestly, it'll never. It's like you said, it'll never be perfect. It don't
No,
matter
because I
what they do.
mean, you can't add too many because that's a lot of games. If you start adding games, I'm gonna say it here first. You heard it here first. You start adding all these games, these kids are gonna want more money and they're gonna sit out. Oh, I don't want to play because I mean now I got to play five more games.
I mean, so the way I look at it, if it's 12 teams or 16,
I
the
think
four,
16 needs to be the max.
I
So
think,
you're
so
gonna get a
12,
2 week bye if you are the number one team,
so
right?
12 for me, I get, I honestly, I don't know. It depends on how they form. It depends on how they format the whole thing. Because
Well, I
think
mean,
about it. Think about it. 12 teams. So with 12 teams, there's,
how many's in the NFL?
I'm pretty sure it's,
12, right?
man, my mind went blank. Because I could have sworn in the NFL,
Or is it 8? I don't know. My mind went blank too. I don't know.
I think it is. Is it 8?
I don't know. But anyway, 16 teams, that's a lot. That's a lot. And but like we said, you start up in these games, you start up in this. Okay, now we got 16 teams. Okay, now that puts your coach on the hot seat. You can't. You're telling me you can't make this. You're not a top 16 team. I know you're not every year, but some teams are expected to be. LSU is a prime example. If they don't make the playoffs this year, Brian Kelly's fired.
I'm just
So,
interested to see if how well this whole thing that they're talking about, where the conference championship doesn't factor into the top four. It's just going to be a straight 1 through 12, and they're just
well,
going to
if that's
choose
the
the 12
case,
best teams.
if that's the case, you don't want to play in a conference. Then you don't want to play in it. What's if it doesn't mean anything? Then why? What's the point?
I mean, it does, but it doesn't at the same time. So it's weird. It's like a double edged sword. It's like you do want to play in it, but you don't really have to at the same time.
But if Georgia was going to the playoff regardless, Carson Beck never would have got hurt if he wouldn't have played. I think personally, what I think you should do. Okay, hear me out. So whoever's the best team in the SEC, whoever they agree on, okay, they just go. They just go. Whoever the best team is.
Nah, you already brought this up before. It doesn't make any sense because you got to think from the players' aspect. They want to play for that conference championship because it means something to them. Because it's like a
I get that, but you could have the second place and third place play, and whoever wins goes. Because if you think about it, if that's the case, okay, let's say that whoever is in third place, let's say they win. Well, depending on how many losses the second place team has, they could still go. I guess not. I guess that argument's stupid. So never mind.
you see what I'm saying? Like if you let's say
Because
because
either way,
even the second team could beat the team who they said is the best in the SEC. You never know. I mean, they have to play it out.
yeah, yeah. I'm just curious to see. Now you're going to see some teams that probably shouldn't be in there.
I think if it gets to 16, you'll see teams that shouldn't be in there, but I think 12 is maybe one that shouldn't be, and that's like the max.
I mean, this year it was 12, right?
Yeah,
So SMU got in barely. They squeaked in there. Should they have been in there? Like we said, should they have been in there? I don't know.
respectfully, no.
But I don't think there was a strong enough argument for the other two teams that were on the outside
Yeah,
to put them in.
yeah. I mean, it's just the losses hurt those two teams. That's the thing.
Now, if Oklahoma would have been ranked, they'd have put Alabama in. Oklahoma was six
Mm,
and six when they got beat.
yeah, I don't know. I
If
think even if they
Oklahoma
were
would have
ranked,
been good, I think it would have been a little bit of a different. I can't believe Old Miss, same thing. They unfortunately lost to some teams that I don't know. I guess they were just trying to do. Maybe they were just trying to do something different. Hey, let's just put somebody else in here. Let's put SMU.
yeah. I mean, and everybody wanted to make a case for South Carolina, but you can't make a South Carolina case without having Bama in there because Bama beat them. So it's just like it was a big.
The only one that made sense was Ole Miss. I could have seen why you wanted to put them in there.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's the only one that made sense to me too. But like you said, it's just their losses. They just had some bad losses.
Yeah, that loss to Florida made Jackson Dart look really bad. He threw like five interceptions in a row.
Yeah, it was that
But
was
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're getting kind of away from football now. Now, they got the money. The money's an issue. Now you're gonna have to worry about, you know, oh, now we got 16 team playoffs. Well, coach, if you don't make this in 2 years, you're fine.
yeah. I mean, it's brutal, but that's
And
what
the
it's.
more you open up the portal, I mean the let's say you'd extend it to 16 teams. Okay, now if you're on the outside looking in, you're like, okay, I got to throw some money at somebody. I got to start spending some money. Now you got leverage as a player if you're good enough. Okay, hey, I know y'all are missing this. I can come be that for $5 million.
Yeah, I mean that's the reality.
So it is what it is. It's a pill you got to swallow. I mean, you could tell. I don't want to get too far off track here, but you can tell Brian Kelly is. I wouldn't say desperate, but you could tell that he's got to do something. Look at the amount of. I'm not saying a top tier talent, but they brought in a lot of people, a lot.
Yeah.
But he knows it's do or die. I mean, you've been there for 4 years, and it's been you won the SEC your first year. And what have you done after that? I mean, I know you produced a Heisman Trophy winner.
Wait,
Now,
who won the SEC in their first year?
we went to the SEC in the first year.
Oh yeah, you went. You didn't win it. My bad. I just want to make sure we
No,
got
no,
that clear.
I wish we would have. No, we had to play
but
Georgia and got beat like 50-30.
but just to I don't want to cut you off. What was I about to say? I had it. You go ahead. You go ahead. I remember in a second.
So yeah, I mean, it's that you know, I think a lot of coaches are gonna kind of be on the chopping block. I mean, it's you got to win now. I mean, there's really no more excuses. Well, you kind of had an excuse when it was four. Well, I mean, we're just not the fourth best team. We're not the eighth best team. We're not the 12th best team. Well, now, I mean, Jesus, there's 16 teams, dog.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard
There's a
to.
few coaches I think that are going to be on the chopping block this year if they don't make it. I mean, I don't think they're going to be on the chopping block. Maybe that's not the right word, but
Honestly,
it's
I think
getting
it's
hotter.
still
That heat seat's going to get cranked up a little bit more.
it's still gonna be majority power conferences in the playoff. You'll probably see like
Oh yeah, for sure.
maybe one or two of like the best mid-major teams, kind of like how Boise State was.
Yeah, you'll
Um,
see one of them.
but
You'll
as
probably
far as
see an Arizona State. Somebody kind of get hot at the end of the year. They really got hot. They looked really good.
well, they were in a power conference though, so that's you know still a power conference thing.
Yeah, but they lost 3 games, right?
But they won their conference, automatic
Yeah, but
qualifier.
they won their conference, so they got the
Yeah,
automatic bid. Unfortunately, they had to kind of go play Texas. They hung in there. They just didn't have enough. I know they had to
yeah,
go overtime for overtime.
they had a
They just
shot
didn't
though.
have enough. They had a shot. They just they got tired. Texas kind of big boyed them when they kind of got into the. I knew once they kind of went into overtime, they were they were in kind of trouble.
Yeah, but
It's like
I,
I
I
said. I'm going to go ahead and say the phrase. It's a different kind of game when you got to go play a big physical team like that.
yeah, no, that's real.
Boise
That's true.
hung in there. It's just Penn State was too physical for that. You're not just going to line up and just run it down their throat. That's not a small
Yeah, I mean,
conference. You're not built like they are. No disrespect. I know they got some athletes, but there's a big difference between Boise State's nose tackle and Penn State's then Abdul Carter. There's a big difference. I know he doesn't play nose tackle, but you know what I'm saying. Big difference. He didn't even
well,
play.
just to touch back on it before we close. We were talking. I know you said something about the portal. I I know they were talking about it, but I think the one of the best steps that they talked about moving forward was closing
Yeah,
one of
just
the
having
portal
more.
windows.
I think he should open it up after the season.
Yeah, after and the only exception is if you lose your coach. If you lose your coach, then the whole
Yeah, if your
team's up for
coach gets
sale.
fired, the coordinator gets fired, whatever.
Nah, only the head coach. Because if you go by
You think
coordinators,
so?
then yeah, just the head coach. That's it. If we add coordinators and strength coaches and this, that, and the third, then everybody's gonna be ready to leave as soon as you catch wind that our strength coach, he's going to South Florida. Everybody's gonna transfer to South Florida. Nah, head coach only. I think that's it.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you got to keep it right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's
You saw what happened when Nick Saban retired. They opened that portal window up so fast.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, there are a lot of people wanted to leave, but I guess I can kind of understand you went to play for him. You didn't go there to play for no disrespect. You didn't go there to play for Kellen DeBoer.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
But some people came back.
Yeah,
Some
we
people
had that
came back,
the left tackle.
but yeah, yeah. You want to know why? Because he realized, man, the grass ain't always greener on the other side.
That's
Yeah,
true.
man, I can probably go here for some extra money, or you probably realized that, oh well, I might have made a mistake. Yeah, you probably did. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's probably not that big of a deal. I mean, these kids have, some of them have transferred, 4 or 5 times. So, but yeah, that's all I got. I don't want to ramble too much.
Nah, that's it for me too. You made it this far in the episode. Just tell us what you think the best playoff format should be and how many teams you think should be the max.
Yeah,
Um,
and LSU is going to win the championship. Y'all just go ahead and write it down. That's my end of the house.
all right, so when
LSU
LSU finishes
national
seven and
championship.
five, I need you to order an Alabama jersey that says "Roll Tide" on the back.
Yes, and I will wear it every day if Alabama wins the national championship. I will wear it all season long for the next season if Alabama wins the national championship this year.
Well,
Write it down.
you heard it here first. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us here on this episode. So we'll catch y'all on the next one.